In today's video, we'll speak about how to become a millionaire on a little wage. Ronald Reed's story is exceptional because, after his death in June 2014, his face was published in every media due to a secret he kept from everyone, including his own family. Ronald amassed an $8 million wealth, a substantial income for someone who was not one of the typical millionaires. Ronald was unique. He grew up on a poverty farm, finished high school, and spent the majority of his life working as a janitor for minimum salary. Custodians made roughly $22,000 per year in the 2000s, which Ronald managed to turn into $8 million. And I know exactly how he did it. Welcome to Cashflow Canvas, where we teach lessons about investment and money-saving techniques. If you want to make your financial future better, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. The wealth formula is the first lesson. The secret wealth formula that schools do not teach you was the most essential thing Ronald knew. The formula is the amount of money you receive divided by the amount of money you spend. As a result, income less expenses equals cash flow. If your cash flow is positive, you have money to invest. You are in debt if your cash flow is negative. Assume you have a monthly salary of $5,000. If your cash flow is zero or negative, it suggests you have $5,000 or more in spending. You will never be financially free in this circumstance. A positive cash flow can be created by spending between $0 and $5,000. After you've saved enough, you can put your money to work for you in order to generate future income. Second, how much money you've saved at your current age is the key to determining whether you're on schedule to become a billionaire by 65. You must be aware of this in order to make necessary financial adjustments before it is too late. To retire as a millionaire at the age of 65, you must start saving at the age of 20 and save $204 every month. If you start saving when you are 30, you must save $443 every month. $1,200 per month at the age of 40. The monthly cost at 50 is $2,795, and so on. The earlier you start, like with most things in life, the easier it will be to get the desired results. However, because I am not aware of your unique financial circumstances, these figures are based on some assumptions. The first is that you start from scratch. The second requirement is that you increase your investment by 7% per year. The third requirement is that you boost your monthly contributions by 2% each year to keep up with inflation. So if you invest $100 in the first year, you'll invest $102 the following year, and so on. Of course, these mathematical computations vary depending on a variety of conditions, but the sooner you begin saving, the better. I'd like to advise you to cease budgeting and tracking every expense. Do you think wealthy people have Excel spreadsheets that track all of their expenses? No, I don't believe so. They don't have a budget, but they manage their costs in a very unusual method that simplifies things and saves them a lot of time. But don't get me wrong. If you have a spending problem or are not financially solid, a precise budget may still be a smart idea. That's what I and the wealthy do. Every month, I transfer the amount I want to save to a savings account and the amount I want to spend to a spending account from my paycheck, which is automatically transferred into my checking account. My spending account contains all of my fixed monthly costs, living expenses, and so on. The idea is that because I know my fixed monthly expenses, I can set spending targets for meals, entertainment, travel, shopping, and so on. Anything I don't use by the end of the month is still in my account. The third lesson teaches you how to grow your investments. So getting back to income, it won't be what you expect. According to one study, almost 75% of millionaires originate from low-income homes. One thing all millionaires have in common is that they have multiple sources of income, usually 3 to 7. Ronald Reed had 2 jobs, one as a janitor and one that I'll explain later. There are 2 key benefits of having many revenue streams. One is to reduce your reliance on a single source of income, including your full-time employment. You may believe that your primary work is risk-free, but it is actually riskier than you think since if your boss fires you, you are insolvent. The second advantage is that you may improve your cash flow formula. If your monthly expenses are $3,000, you may try living more frugally and reducing your spending to $2,400. However, there will always be a limit to how much you can save because subsisting on rice and water takes money. However, if you can generate just $100 extra per week, your cash flow will increase considerably. You may take the traditional route of working extra hours, asking for a raise, or even looking for a new job to make more money. Another alternative is to start a side job, as I did when I worked full-time. Depending on the type of work you begin, it's an excellent method to supplement your income. It may take a few additional hours, but trust me when I say it will be worth it in the end. That said, I recognize that finding a new source of money is probably the last thing on your mind. Fourth lesson, you must go beyond the wealth formula. Ronald did not become a multimillionaire alone by perfecting this cash flow method. He was also concealing another secret. And after he died, the truth came to light. Even Ronald's family was unaware of his secrets. He had invested in approximately 95 different equities during the course of his life. I decided to provide you some advice after analyzing all of his financial possibilities. It is vital to make good investments. I'll teach you the most basic way to get started, but first, here's a vital mistake to avoid. Day trading is something you've probably heard a lot about. Many TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube adverts depict consumers examining charts and buying and selling 20 times per day in the expectation of making a quick profit. You might think it's thrilling and the secret to becoming wealthy. What they don't tell you is that 90% of day traders lose money. Because of his knowledge, Ronald never traded. He was a fundamentals-focused investor, which meant he studied the company's intrinsic value and ensured the investment made quantitative and qualitative sense. Lesson 5. Ronald Reed's strategy was to invest for the long run. His money had collected over decades, and he continued to invest a percentage of his janitor's income each month. Assume you save $1,000 and get 10% interest for the first year. You would make $100. In the second year, you'd earn $110. Why? Because the interest generated in the first year has increased the value of your investment to $1 million. After the second year, your investment is worth a total of $1,210. As a result, your third-year interest would be $120. We can see an exponential growth curve if we graphically portray this process. This is why Albert Einstein referred to compound interest as the eighth wonder of the world. Warren Buffett made 99% of his fortune in this manner. Lesson 6. It is your reaction to any unforeseen events that is most important. What would you do if the stock market fell? You'd probably sell since you're afraid of losing your life savings. Ronald witnessed 11 stock market disasters but never lost his money because he knew the secret. The best course of action was to continue investing in the long run. As we conclude, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you found value in this video and learned something new, and I look forward to seeing you in our future videos. I would deeply value it if you could like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support will help us to create more valuable content, and we can work together to secure your financial future. What are the key takeaways from this video that you can share in the comment section?